First, let's unbox everything and get organized. Start by laying out all the parts and identifying each one. This will make the assembly process so much smoother. What's great is that we have Peaches and Mocha here to entertain us as we assemble this unit. According to the assembly documents, these are the tools required. I have this multi-bit screwdriver that switches from a flathead to a Phillips head very easily. Another one of my favorite tools is this semi-automatic power screwdriver. It's good for furniture assembling because it has low torque, so you won't have to worry about over-tightening. Hi guys, full disclosure, this project took me a while because of some of life's variables. Since this recording is not taken all in one shot, see if you can spot all the differences. Place your answers and comments below and list everything you can catch. Let's see how observant you are. Happy watching! Next, take a moment to identify your screws and verify that you have the correct quantity. While it's perfectly fine to organize them into similar piles, I personally recommend using an organizer case. This simple yet effective step adds an extra layer of tidiness to your assembly process, making it easier to locate the right screws when you need to find them. Begin by positioning 6 screw and lock fasteners in their designated spots as outlined in the instructions. Remember, they fit into the smaller of the 2 visible holes. And oh my gosh, I'm already getting distracted by my adorable cats. Next, grab a Phillips screwdriver or a powered one like mine and tighten up all the screws. If you need to, you can use one hand to hold the screws straight to make it easier. And by the way, Peaches, my curious cat, is definitely supervising this step with great interest. Now find the slim panel needed for the stage. I use my legs as an extra pair of hands to help me out. Take the wooden dowels and press them into the designated openings. If you accidentally put one in the larger of the 2 holes, just turn it upside down and you can shake it out. If needed, a gentle tap with a hammer can assist in securing them snugly. Remember, you'll insert 4 dowels into each panel, specifically on the sides, so you'll need a total of 12 dowels for this step. Alright, let's connect the sideboards to the back. Align the corresponding holes, screws, and dowels. You can see how eager Peaches is to help me with this step. Skillfully press the panels together by hand, feeling the wood dowels snugly secure the panels. This clever design ensures stability as we prepare to lock them into place in the upcoming step. Here's a handy tip. If you're assembling on a high pile carpet, grab a piece of cardboard or paper from the packaging and assemble your unit on top of it. This simple trick acts as a barrier, preventing carpet fibers from sneaking between your panels. It's a small step that goes a long way in ensuring a smooth, frustration-free building process. Let's take a closer look at the 2 provided cam locks. Pay attention to the arrow on one side. It's crucial for the locking mechanism. As you turn the cam lock, watch how it securely fastens, ensuring a tight and reliable connection. Secure 6 of the plastic cam locks into position, making sure each arrow points towards the screw. Here's a neat trick. Use a black Sharpie to color in the arrow, making it super clear. Press the cam locks firmly into place. Now grab your flathead driver and turn it until you reach the maximum tightness, about 180 degrees. You got this. Before we move on to the next step, it's decision time. Are you making a tabletop or a functional desk? We're going for the desk, but with a fun little hack. If you'd like to make the tabletop version, you can click the card right up here. Otherwise, just set those manuals to the side because now we're gonna prep for furniture legs. First, let's slide this over a little. Grab your base panel and make sure the smooth side without the holes is facing up. Excuse me, Peaches. We're gonna lay out and pre-drill the holes for the furniture legs. Measure a 1/2 inch from the edge of the base and draw a line. Place your furniture leg so that the line is centered between the 2 holes. Use a pencil to mark the holes for your hardware. Since I don't want my furniture legs sticking out past the unit, which is complete design preference, I'm using the Alex unit to keep the leg within the base. Repeat on the other side by drawing 2 lines a 1/2 inch from the edge of the base. Center the lines within the holes of your hardware and mark the holes. Now flip the base around and you will do the same thing with the other 2 furniture legs. We're almost there, let's keep going. If you've watched my other tutorials, you know I love making pilot holes. Even though these screws are tiny, this extra step will help make things easier later. Use a drill bit that's slightly smaller than the screw's width. At first, I used the drawer sides to prop up my panel, but it's not necessary since I decided to drill only halfway through. This will help guide the screw in a straight path when we add the furniture legs later. Grab hold of the top panel and flip the base panel over so you can't see the holes you just drilled. Just like we did earlier, we're gonna hand twist the screw and cam lock fasteners into place. There will be 12 screws total for this step. When using your screwdriver, remember to use your other hand to help guide the screws in straight. And of course, Peaches was determined to make these screws her new chew toy. Let's keep her entertained elsewhere and get these fasteners secured. Let's make this assembly smooth by paying attention to the details. The panel with the 4 holes in the center is the top panel. You can tell this is the bottom panel because we already added the furniture holes. Now let's take note of the top and bottom of your unit. The wider space drawer hardware belongs to the bottom of the 3 drawers, and you can see these 2 are closer together, which will be the top narrow drawers. I'll admit, the first time I assembled the Alex unit, I had everything flipped around, so I had to take it apart and redo it. Connect the top and bottom panels to the sideboards by aligning the designated holes, screws, and dowels. If you notice a screw not lining up with the hole, grab your hammer and give it a gentle tap to straighten it out. Press the panels together by hand, feeling the snug fit as the wooden dowels secure the connection. A gentle tap might be necessary to ensure a tight fit and eliminate any gaps between the connecting panels for a seamless finish. Let's get those plastic cam locks in place. Press firmly a total of 12 plastic cam locks into position. Reminder that each arrow points towards the screw. At this angle that I'm in, the arrow should point towards myself. If you're having trouble, recheck the alignment of the arrow on the cam lock and the screw and try to apply even pressure. Now grab your flathead driver and turn it until you reach the maximum tightness, approximately 180 degrees. You might notice it looks a bit awkward for me to do this step. I was trying to keep my head out of the way. But don't worry, for you, this will be much easier. I am so excited for this next part because this is actually the first time I'm doing this. Now it's time to install the table legs to this unit. The tricky part about where to lay the holes is done. Now all you have to do is screw them in. I like to tighten the screws most of the way, but leave a little bit of space so your furniture leg can still swing. This way, we can make sure all 4 screws are aligned before securing it into place. Another important factor to keep an eye on is the design of your furniture leg. If your legs have a specific direction, make sure you keep that in mind before screwing them in. I have mid-century modern legs and I want them to point out to the sides. Just a quick heads up, these screws are pretty small, so it's best to use a hand driver rather than a powered one. They can be easily stripped if you go too fast. Now carefully flip the unit over. You'll see I just missed hitting the drawers and the case of screws. Lucky me. Next, repeat the process for the other 2 legs. I recommend getting a helper to flip the unit upright and moving it to the room where you want it. The unit itself is pretty heavy. It will be easier to move it without the weight of the drawers. Let's focus on assembling the large drawer. Begin by placing the 4 screw-in cam lock fasteners into the back of the drawer fronts. Take your time to ensure their proper alignment. Once in position, tighten each one until flush against it. Lay out the sides, ensuring that the notched line matches up perfectly with the one on the drawer front. Now connect the sides to the drawer front by aligning the screws. Now fetch 4 metal cam locks. Just like before, insert them with the arrow facing downward toward the screw. Equip yourself with a Phillips screwdriver and tighten each one all the way, approximately 180 degrees. Grab the drawer bottom and take note of the 2 cutouts at the corners. They go in head first toward the drawer front. Slide the bottoms with the painted side facing up into the notched lines on the drawer sides. When inserting the drawer back, ensure it fits snugly inside the large grooves on the drawer sides and aligns perfectly with the notched line for the drawer bottom. Grab the plastic plugs to secure everything in place. Insert them into the designated holes and gently tap them in with a hammer. These plugs are designed to stay put, so make sure you have all your drawer sides aligned before using the hammer. Great job so far. Now let's dive into the assembly of the small drawers, a process very similar to what we already accomplished with the large one. Lay out the small drawer fronts and place 2 screw-in cam lock fasteners in the top hole of each front. With your trusty screwdriver, tighten them up. Take your small drawer sides and firmly press the wooden dowels into the smaller of the 2 holes. When adding the sides to your drawer, pay close attention to aligning the notched line with the one on the drawer front. Connect the sides to the drawer by aligning the screw into the respective holes. Grab 2 metal cam locks for each drawer. Just like before, insert them with the arrow facing down toward the screw. Equip yourself with the Phillips screwdriver and tighten each one all the way, approximately 180 degrees. Pick up the drawer bottom and pay attention to the 2 cutouts positioned at the corners. Gently slide the bottoms, ensuring the painted side is facing up into the notched lines on the drawer sides. Insert the drawer back. Ensure it fits snugly inside the large grooves on the drawer sides and aligns perfectly with the notched line for the drawer bottom. Now it's time to secure everything in place by gently hammering in those plastic plugs. Ensure each plug is firmly inserted into its designated hole. Now it's time to attach the drawers to the hardware inside the cabinet. Let's follow IKEA's recommendation to start at the bottom and work our way up. Begin by aligning the bottom drawer cutouts with the hardware sides and firmly press it in all the way. Next, use the 2 small screws to tighten and connect them. Some effort may be required, but this ensures a secure fit, automatically aligning the holes from the drawer with those in the sides. Repeat this process for most of the drawers, with the only difference being the top drawer. Now let's focus on that top drawer. Align its cutouts with the hardware sides and press it securely. Here's a unique step. Pull the drawer back out, hoping the hardware sides come with it. You might need to try this more than once or manually pull the sides out. Ensure your holes are perfectly in line. Finally, tighten those last small screws. I'm so excited about how these furniture legs really elevate the look of the Alex unit. I mean, it's already gorgeous on its own. But guess what? We're not stopping there. We're taking this IKEA hack to a whole new level by creating wall-to-wall standing desks. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.